When Joe died, there was a strong desire to recognize that he had brought something to the movement that needed to be preserved, and that if we didn't have it anymore, we would slow down. We might stop being successful. There won't ever be another Joe Overton. But every so often, a person comes along who makes you say, now that person reminds me of Joe Overton. And that's Mike.
My wife tells me that years ago I told her if I ever have the chance to work with the Mackinac Center, I'll take it. And then in 2012, an opening came up and I called Joe Lehman, and here I am.
Mike has one of those essential leadership qualities of not waiting to be told what to do, but looking around, seeing what needs to be done, and then doing it or making sure that it gets done.
What do I do? I think a lot of people around here ask that question. What does Mike do?
I would bet he probably spends about 60 to 70% of his time in the office contemplating new pranks.
Well, Mike's pranks can be kind of stealthy. It's possible that I could be being pranked right now and not know it.
Like maybe he's actually not getting this award.
Yeah, like maybe nobody's getting it. Maybe he just wanted to get me on film saying something good about him.
He just looks at the bigger vision and sees what's important.
He has an extraordinary ability to keep all the trains running on time.
It's like a catcher in baseball. You know, a good catcher is one who no one ever notices.
What Mike does is he prevents us necessarily from just chasing the shiny objects.
It's really thinking about where does the organization need to go and what are the obstacles that we're going to encounter along the way, and then how do we get through those obstacles? Things I'm passionate about. Of course, everyone would say family. It's true. I mean, I work hard so that I can go home and enjoy a restful evening with my family. You lost your place?
You lost your
I did. You know, we have dinner together nearly every night, and that's what keeps me going.
I'm so proud that Mike has earned this award. I recognized that he was amazing when he was 22 years old and thought that was the guy I would want to spend my life with. He's always thinking ahead in ways that other people don't. He loves to help his team really think outside of the box and do things that are amazing.
We were in the process of trying to buy a 100-year-old building abandoned for 10 years from a private seller. He owned it. Everything was good. And then we found a deed restriction, and it just said that the building could never be used to be a public school again.
That building was sitting empty. It was just going to rot. She had called someone on our team and said, I have a problem. I don't know who to call. I don't know what to do. Can you help me? The status quo school system was trying to keep her charter school from growing.
The Mackinac Center was, to me, sort of like the last stop in a long line of asking for help, being turned away, and I sort of assumed that the same would happen with them, but it didn't.
I like to hit bullies in the face. I really dislike seeing the misuse of power. Those things make me angry.
I actually walked in ready to hard sell and to explain to him why it mattered. And he sat down, had reviewed everything, had assembled all the people in his office.
So we said, if you can get to Lansing today, we can introduce you to the right people. And it was one of those days where all the lights were green. Every office we walked into, the person had a moment to talk. So we hit the House, we hit the Senate, and by the end of the day, we had legislation drafted up to deal with the problem.
It's just kind of like a bunch of genius badasses that are in the same office that do things and help a bunch of people and just are heroes. I love it.
Nothing that we do here is the result of one person. It's all because we're working together. So states locked down, well, let's deal with that. Got a flood locally, let's deal with that. We need right to work, let's get right to work. Pension reform, let's get pension reform. The team steps up and accomplishes what needs to be done, whatever the task is in front of us.
We are fortunate to have Mike Reitz as part of the State Policy Network. I think what some people don't know is that Mike actually sits at Joe Overton's desk, and that's one big desk to fill.
Congratulations, Mike. We're so grateful for your leadership and your example to others in this network.
Congratulations, Mike. I've said it a million times. Our schools would not be open without you. So happy for you.
Mike, I can't say that you've exceeded all my expectations because my expectations were really high, but I think you're going to exceed anything I've ever done.
Mike, I'm so proud of you. I love you.